Yamaha's Branden Jesseman made like it was 2003 all over again. The former Lights champion is once again on form and back atop the victory podium. And Branden Jesseman wins! Jesseman's upset victory in Orlando gave the East its third different winner in 4 rounds. As the series heads to round 5 at the RCA Dome, there is no favorite for the checkered flag. It's time to drop the gate and see what happens. Supercross Lights is next on Speed. For the first time in the 2007 Amped Mobile AMA Supercross Lights East Coast season, the tour has moved out of the South and into the heartland of the US of A. Round number 5 of the 7-race series is inside the RCA Dome in Indianapolis, Indiana. Hi everybody, I'm Ralph Shaheen alongside former Supercross Series champion Jeff Emig, and the great thing about the Amped Mobile Supercross Lights East Coast Tour is you never know what's going to happen. At least, Jeff, that's the way the first few rounds have been.
Well, it's been awesome. We've had different winners all the time. We have a guy, Ryan Morais, that hasn't even won one of the main events, is leading the points. I think Darcy Lange, though, has been the most consistent, and he's due for a win here.
Branden Jesseman surprised everybody just a week ago in Orlando, taking the win in the Citrus Bowl. Now he stands by with our Aaron Bates for a Progressive Direct pre-race report.
Well, guys, it's been since 2003, since the 2003 East Coast champ has taken a win, and I'm talking about the 121 of Branden Jesseman. Branden, really stepping up your game last weekend. What's it like for you to be back on top of the box?
I mean, I can't put it into words. You know, I've been working really hard the last couple of years, and you know, starting to show. Got on a good team, Motor World Yamaha. Bike's working great. Just got to come out here, get another good start, and put it to him.
He's picked up his 5th win of his career, and he's looking to make it his 6th. I'll tell you what, guys, the East Coast Lights division is heating up here at the RCA Dome.
That it is, Aaron, and maybe one of the names we'll be talking a lot about tonight will be Ryan Dungey. He won the first race of the East Coast Tour in Atlanta. He has suffered a lot of heartbreak since then, but Jeff, most of that is not his fault.
No, it's definitely not. He has consistently been the fastest rider, but I don't think I've ever seen a guy have a worse string of bad luck without actually getting injured as what Ryan's had. You see, at 18th, did not qualify in a 21st, and he hasn't even hurt himself there. So I look for him to have a good night here tonight and definitely set some fast lap times.
Well, Ryan told me earlier today he understands it's just a part of racing, and he's ready to try to get himself back on the top step of the podium. Last week in Orlando, it was Branden Jesseman who took the win. Can he make it 2 in a row? Stay with us. Heat 1 coming up here on Speed from the RCA Dome in Indianapolis, Indiana.
Move it out. Let's go.
At the RCA Dome, looking forward to the racing action. Have a unique racetrack layout for them, too, here on the floor of the Dome, as Jeff Emig took a look at earlier today.
Well, let's go on board with Sobe No Fear Honda rider Billy Laninovich. This is just after the finish line. A couple little rhythm sections. Gonna shift up 2 or 3 times. Head through the first set of whoops. This is pretty difficult for the 250F riders. Another little on-off where the riders really have to compress the suspension and try to get the bike to hop off of that tabletop. Back down the start straight. You can see the split here. See Billy getting a little style over that tabletop. We do a pretty tough rhythm section where doing a double, triple, single is going to be pretty hard for these guys. See, he makes a little mistake here. Has to hammer the throttle. Seat bounce that triple jump. Just has enough momentum over the finish line, and that's a lap of qualifying practice with Billy Laninovich.
Is the passion for 2 wheels in your blood? Well, now you can get all the breaking news, in-depth analysis, and more with the Motorcycle Racing Report. Only at SpeedTV.com, keyword green, presented by Kawasaki. Fans are getting ready for some racing, so are we. Let's head downstairs to Aaron Bates for a Progressive Direct pre-race report.
if you guys remember what happened last weekend with Mike Alessi, he was having the best Supercross lights ride he's had in his entire Supercross career until the final lap of the very last corner when he went down, and he actually had given away that position. This weekend I had asked him what was going on and what actually had caused that crash and how he plans to regroup this weekend. Here's what he had to say.
You know, I was just going for the win in the last lap, and I was going all out and gave it everything I had, and just came into the last turn and just did a little stupid fall and ended up losing second. But you know, it's part of racing, and regroup this week and gonna come back strong this week.
Well, he needs to. He was right in the thick of things last week. Jeff had a good run the week before, too, in Daytona.
Yeah, well, that was the best that I've seen Mike Alessi ride a Supercross. He was moving last week.
Here's our up close for heat number 1. Top 9 will transfer straight to the main. 10th through 20th goes to the last chance qualifier, and it will be a 6-lap race. Show you our starting grid now, brought to you by Dunlop. We get to see Darcy Lange in this one. Ben Townley's won 2 races this year. Alessi so close, and Jesseman, the winner, just a week ago.
Yeah, there is a lot of fast guys in this one, and I'm telling you, I think Darcy Lange is due for this win. He's been getting a little more consistent, but should be a good night for him.
There's our 30-second board. She'll turn it sideways and then make her way off the racetrack, and anytime after that, we'll be ready to go. And a lot of attention we focused on the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki number 105 of Darcy Lange. Here we go. Looks like Townley might end up with the lead coming out of that first corner. He does on the number 101. But there's his teammate to steal the top spot away from him. And one of the Alessis went down. Hard to tell if that was Mike. It's Jeff, isn't it?
That is Jeff Alessi. Clipped somebody's wheel there. Totally went over the bars going into the second turn.
Still fighting to get those bikes restarted. Meanwhile, Darcy Lange, as we've talked about, the Arenacross champion, looking to sweep the White's East Coast title as well this year.
Which is something that no Arenacross champion has ever even came close to. And he came on the scene this year, got this ride with Mitch Payton, and the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki team has made the best of it and really proved that this is where he belongs. You know, and he was on a performance-only contract and actually been quite effective.
Townley, his teammate, runs in second right behind him. Let's go back and take a look at a progressive direct replay. What happened to Jeff Alessi?
You see right there, Townley didn't complete that, but Jeff Alessi cases the double coming in and rides the front wheel. Fortunately landed on those tough blocks.
Looking from high above the RCA dome, and a challenge for second. I believe that's Jesseman, and it is taking second away from Townley.
Yeah, Townley made a mistake there. Wasn't able to jump the triple jump leading into the whoops. Jesseman just jumped over the top of him, took second position.
So last week's winner, feeding on momentum. Boy, he almost rides the front wheel into the tough blocks as well.
It's pretty hard to hop off of that tabletop over the single into the turn like we seen Jeff Alessi do. But man, we sat down with Jesseman early this week.
Oh, down goes Townley. He got all connected up into Jesseman. Couldn't get himself clear, and down he went.
Was able to keep the bike running here. Has to get inside the top 9 to qualify for the main event.
And those are those 9 names highlighted in green, scrolling across the top of your screen. They hold the transfer spots. Everybody in red, like Broc Tickle, they need to improve their spots. Things going great for Lange. Here comes Jesseman.
Jesseman has really been on the gas lately, and getting that win just definitely increases your confidence, and seems pretty loose on the bike here tonight.
But boy, what a brutal week he had since that win. He left the Citrus Bowl in Orlando, flew to see his daughter, had a lot of things to deal with throughout the week, got back to racing here, and really the best part of the week was hearing his 18-month-old daughter call him daddy for the first time, but a lot of air miles along the way.
Yeah, he was back and forth from Orlando to the West Coast and back to here, so he said he's running on a little bit of sleep.
Here's what happened to Townley.
See Townley coming in here. He's on the outside. He's going to jump across to the inside. Jesseman flips his front wheel, and there, Townley high sides. Townley was going to the outside. Jesseman was cutting down earlier than normal. That's why he ended up down on the ground.
Meanwhile, Townley's teammate, Darcy Lange, continues to lead.
You know, Darcy, these last couple weeks, had really been pushing to try to make himself go faster. Didn't really have these aggressive main events that I think he wanted to. It seems like this week he's a lot more confident and a lot looser than he had been. And maybe the pressure of being in the running for the championship kind of got to him, but seems like he's comfortable with it now.
He looks very comfortable here tonight. Riding very smooth.
Yeah, track's perfect right now. Corners are all new. A little bit of line starting to form. A lot of traction at this with this soil here in the RCA Dome. It's this really good clay. Riders really enjoy it, and what traction does is actually pull some of the power out of the engine. So you have to add a little more flywheel weight and whatnot.
This is the last lap for Heat 1, and the checkered flag falls for Darcy Lange. He takes the win here in Heat number 1. Now we go back to the battle for the final transfer spot, which right now Broc Tickle has on the number 75, and Townley is in the midst of it as well. And we're looking as well at the 632 of Hahn. And the final transfer will go to Townley. And Hibbert, Tucker Hibbert on the 76 ends up one spot out of it. So Lange makes it. Townley goes down but gets up, makes it as well. We'll be right back. RCA Dome, home of the world champion Indianapolis Colts. Here's a look at our unofficial results from Heat number 1. Darcy Lange takes the win. Branden Jesseman, the winner last week in the Citrus Bowl, is going on to the main event again. Let's check in with Aaron Bates, who's got our winner.
Well, I tell you what, guys, he is fired up right now, and especially after a heat race like that. Darcy, you were expecting this first win and wanting it more than anything. Is there any part of the track tonight that you're concerned about?
You know, the whoops are getting really ruddy out there. They groomed them up for that race, so they were pretty good. But you know, the whole track's pretty good. It's tough. You know, it's big. There's not a lot of room for mistake. But I can't say enough for Monster Energy, Pro Circuit Kawasaki, Amp Mobile, KMC Vans, Scott Bridgestone, just everyone for helping us out, Thor, and you know, hopefully we can get a good start in the main.
Darcy Lange, winner, Heat number 1.
Do you live and breathe motorcycle racing? Now you can get the latest race results and news right on your phone with weekly green alerts from Speed. Text KX to 773333 on your mobile phone to receive free motorcycle racing text alerts. Speed Green Alerts presented by Kawasaki. Here's your up close for Heat number 2 as we get set for that one. It'll be another 9 transferring straight to the main and another 10 going on to the LCQ. 6 laps once again for Heat number 2. And your starting grid for Heat number 2, brought to you by Dunlop. This time we get to see Ryan Dungey, and Justin Brayton should be an interesting one to watch too, Jeff, on the 114.
Yeah, we got a chance to speak with him earlier, and really feels dialed in this weekend. He's looking for a good night.
And we've got an onboard camera for you as well with Billy Laninovich. You get a good look at what the rider on the number 50 is looking at as he takes a look down towards the first corner. You can see the camera right on top of his head.
And you can see the starting box right over here. Gives the rider a little bit of room where Billy's at, a little bit of room to his left if he gets bumped by the guy on his right, so he's got a little bit of room to move. You can see it right down the middle. So that's why riders like to start right next to the box.
Couple of riders off into the tough blocks. Looks like Laninovich got a bad start. That's the 532 going down.
That's Ricky Renner.
Yep. Ricky Renner's down here on board with Billy Laninovich trying to make up for that bad start.
Yeah, that's not a good look there when you've got 18, 19 guys in front of you there in the heat race.
Ryan Dungey out front, Jeff. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So few laps here in the heat that getting a good start, establishing a good position up into that top 9 is critical. So Billy's going to have to work through. Billy Laninovich, that is.
You see the 54 of Robert Canary. He's also been riding pretty good lately. Chasing the 596 of Zach Ames out of Prospect, Ohio, having his best run of the year as we get a good look at him for the first time on TV this year.
Oh, and that's a great feeling to get out here and fairly local race for him and get out there, get that good start, run with the factory supported guys, builds the confidence.
Also in that group, the 116 of Morais. And boy, Morais has been so good this year, and it shows in the point standings.
You know, one thing that he hasn't done good this year, and that was qualify good earlier today, was pretty far back, only at 9th pick in this qualifier. And seems like he's been riding pretty solid now. I don't know if his lap time maybe was down a little bit. Maybe he's riding a little conservative because he's the points leader, wants to be cautious in practice, save it all for the races, but making a pass for third right now.
I think he's smart in some ways in the fact that, oh, we got one rider down. That's Canary. And he gets almost run over by another bike. Canary was running in third.
Kept the bike running. It's all about qualifying position here.
Top 9 going on to the main, remember. So it's those names in green scrolling across the top of your screen. Let's go back and take a look at a couple of the things that have happened early on in this race, beginning with Renner in that first corner.
Renner's coming from way here on the outside. Looks like he's got a pretty good jump on everyone and just gets bumped and over the tough blocks.
Now Billy Laninovich has this onboard view.
Pretty good here. You see him. Oh, he does what so many riders have done off of that little on-off after the first set of whoops. They clip that, miss the rear brake, go flying over the berm.
Meanwhile, Ryan Dungey, no problems out front. Looked like he was going to be a force to deal with after the opening round in Atlanta. He's been strong every week, but lots of little things have knocked him down and out of competition. And Dungey back out front here tonight.
Yeah, last week he just had a total heartbreak.
Morais taking over second place. The 596 of Zach Ames really doing a great job tonight, but things not going so well for Billy Laninovich, Aaron.
No, absolutely not, Ralph. I was just able to catch up with him and ask him what happened. He said, you know, first off, I got hit from behind. I got my bike back up, and then suddenly some guy came in underneath me and hit me. He said, my bike's irreparable right now. They're going to take it back, fix it up, get ready for the main event, hopefully come back with the LCQ, that is. It's a tough heat race for Billy Laninovich.
Adds to his night for sure, as he'll have to make his way to that main through that last chance qualifier.
But you can take some positives out of that. When you ride the 4-lap LCQ, you get a little more track time, and you see how the track is going to develop after these heat races and after the Supercross heats, which are just after this, get you ready for that main event. But definitely nice to go out of the heat race.
We are on the last lap here in the RCA Dome, watching the battle for second between Morais and Gerke. Gerke on the 33 machine. The second rider in blue.
Actually, I was checking the lap times here. We were talking about Morais, our points leader, not really having very good qualifying session, but he's running about a second and a half faster in this race than what he did in practice. So that tells me he stepped up.
And there's Brayton sliding up on the inside, and he's going to take over third while Dungey continues to work his way to the checkered flag. Here they are, checkered flag for Ryan Dungey. He'll take the win. Morais will take second, Brayton will get third, and Gerke will hold on for fourth. Of course, they will all be a part of the 9 riders going straight to the main event. As you enjoy highlights from the Red Bull TNT Freestyle Motocross, we'll be right back to Indianapolis for more racing after this.
Imagine you're on a
Dome in Indianapolis, Indiana. The Amped Mobile AMA Supercross Lights East Coast Series in action here tonight. Here's a look at the results from heat number 2. Everybody down to that yellow line is going straight to the main. Colt Humphrey, ironically, he'd be named Colt in the house of the Colts. Yeah, you don't want to touch that one, do you, Jeff? All right, well, let's just head down to Aaron then. Aaron, you got our winner.
Tell you what, he said a frustrating weekend last weekend, but his heat race, he said that was a ton of fun. Ryan, you kind of regrouped. You've come back in with a whole new attitude this weekend.
Yeah, I'm had a good week and just here having a good time out on the track. It's track's really fun. I just want to thank Makita Suzuki, Tool Time, my mom, dad, Bridgestone RG3, Oakley Answer, and just everybody else that's got me here. I appreciate it.
Well, guys, with an attitude like that, it's not hard to tell that he was teammates with Ricky Carmichael.
Did you miss any AMA racing action? Want to relive the excitement? Watch all the 2007 AMA Supercross and Superbike events on Speed On Demand online. It's all free, courtesy of Yamaha. So log on now to speedtv.com, keyword Yamaha, and get up to speed. Time now for the last chance qualifier. Here is our Dunlop up close. It will be a 22-rider race for 4 laps. Top 4 will transfer to the main. Everybody else goes into the grandstands to watch the rest of the racing. Here's your Dunlop starting grid. Tucker Hibbert is going to be in this one. Jeff Alessi went big time on the front wheel in his heat race. That's how he got stuck here. And Billy Laninovich also crashing in his heat. There's our 32nd board. Billy Laninovich is going to try to carry our onboard on to the main event.
Not such a good starting spot like he had last time when he was next to the box. This time, stuck way there on the inside.
Oh, 2 riders off into the tough blocks while the rest of the pack makes its way into the whoops with Jeff Alessi coming out with the lead. Laninovich up to 4th.
You remember Canary, he was up front also in that heat race. Had a pretty bad spill, so he's done what he has to do here, getting this good start.
That's Canary on the 54, the green Kawasaki, sitting in 2nd place. 927 of Travis Sewell out of Westville, Indiana, battling in here as well in this pack on that yellow Suzuki. 4 riders will go on to the main. On board with Billy Laninovich through the whoops to the finish line jump. Oh, and Alessi has problems. He had the lead, an easy ticket to the main, and now he's got to fight his way back up through the field to get back into the big race here tonight in the RCA Dome.
Yeah, Alessi crossing the start and finish line. 12th that lap. He's got a lot of work to do. Has to get up into the top 4 to qualify for the main event.
And Jeff, we're halfway done with this one.
Happens that quick. That's why the starts here in the last chance qualifier are so key. See Laninovich here 50 on the red Honda, making the best of his start up in qualifying position.
Let's go back and take a look at a replay of what happened to Jeff Alessi.
Everything seems to be normal. It's the triple jump. Comes into the turn. Oh, and he washes the front wheel out. You see Canary just getting by. That is a tough one to take when you're in qualifying position, already having a bad night, bad start to the night.
So the KTM rider struggling to get back into it. He's up to 9th. He's got to get 5 more spots to get into the feature. Canary leads it over Laninovich. Ripple on the 304. Bradley Ripple out of Crown Point, Indiana. Looks like he could be going on to the main. Here's the onboard with Laninovich. Remember, that camera's mounted on his head. So when he's looking down, it's not that the camera's just accidentally pointed into the dirt. That's exactly what he's looking at, Jeff.
It's a great angle we got, though, here. And we have it. You see Billy here making a charge through the whoops. Gonna try to make sure he doesn't make any mistakes, but he sure would like to pick off Canary here for this win. Gives him one better starting pick for the gain in the main event.
Final lap in the last chance qualifier. Laninovich does have a last chance qualifier win so far this year. Canary does not. Either way, they both hold a ticket for the main event.
We'll see if Laninovich can make a charge through the whoops here.
Can't get it done. The checkered flag goes to Canary for his first LCQ win. Laninovich will go Ripple, and Sewell will go as well. And Ward just misses making the main event here tonight. So Chad Ward doesn't go. Those other 4 in green do. We need to take a quick break here on our coverage of the Ant Mobile Supercross Lights East Coast Series on the home of the series, Speed. Series racing inside the RCA Dome in Indianapolis tonight. Such a big racing city here in Indy. Of course, the NHRA has their big go over at Indianapolis Raceway Park, the Brickyard, hosting NASCAR, the IRL, and of course Formula One. But it's Supercross tonight inside the Dome, and Aaron Bates is here with us for a Progressive Direct pre-race report.
Well, in the history of Supercross Lights, there's been over a handful of foreign riders that have come here to the United States of America to race against some top competitors. Take a look at the list here of some people that have come over from other countries, including Chad Reed, but the most recent on this list is New Zealand's finest, Ben Townley, with 2 wins.
Boy, what a list of names that is, too, Jeff.
Oh, it definitely is. Fonseca, 12 Lights wins. That's amazing. Pichon, a couple of championships. Great riders on that list right there.
Now taking a look at our up close for our main event. Darcy Lange won heat number 1, Ryan Dungey heat number 2, Bobby Canary won the LCQ, and Lange can add his name to that list, of course, hailing from Canada.
That he can, and seems to be awfully confident here tonight.
Here's our Dunlop starting grid. You got to wonder about Ryan Dungey. Can he bounce back? He looks so strong in the heat race, but the heats haven't been his problem.
Well, we've looked at these each week of this East Lights series. We thought that we have this figured out, and he's good tonight, and he needs to pick it up. The main event comes around, we really don't know what's going to happen, except that we're going to have a great main event.
What we do know is that Billy Laninovich will carry our onboard camera down into turn number 1. Takes a look up at the OGO sign across the top of the screen. It's right above the starting area. There you see Billy. The camera strapped just on the back side of his helmet there. Talking things over with his mechanic. And there's Zach Osborne. Now, Zach earlier today had a big Colts helmet on. I don't know what he did with that. He said he was going to wear the blue and white riding gear. He's a huge Indianapolis Colts fan. Maybe he felt like it wasn't good enough luck. He was sporting it earlier today. I don't know what happened to it.
Well, it is the year of the Colts. I would be wearing that thing. He's had a little bit of bad luck here these last couple weeks, but got a chance to turn it around here tonight.
Ryan Dungey needing a little boost too. You can see the mechanic talking in his ear, trying to get him pumped up. He's ready to go. Can he turn it around and get his second win 2007 here tonight?
See the 116 there on the blue bike, the Yamaha. That's our points leader. Been a little bit conservative today, but let it hang out a little bit in his heat. He's really going to have to lay it down in the main event, go for that win. He's been close the last couple weekends.
There is Ryan Morais, the points leader. 30-second board is up. Almost a full 100 yards in length. Down to turn 1 when the gate drops. Trouble in the gate. And Dungey looks like he's going to get the whole shot.
Another great start. A bunch of guys down in the back of the pack.
And it includes the 105 of Darcy Lange and Billy Laninovich, because that's our onboard camera walking around and now riding away.
About 6 guys down there off the start.
Whew. Let's go back and take a look at what happened.
See, it starts pretty good. It looks like Lange is way out here on the outside. Actually, that was Townley. Huge pile up over there.
Now let's watch it from the onboard with Laninovich.
After that gate clinch, a couple guys got stuck in the gate. Close racing here, a lot of bar banging going on. And that's Laninovich gets into the back of Hahn, the 52, who actually seen the accident, just pulled off to the right side of the track and went down the side of the tough blocks.
Meanwhile, Ryan Dungey, the winner in Atlanta, out front and leading. He's got Townley right behind him.
Well, these have been consistently two of our fastest riders. Townley started off the season with the DNFs. Dungey, of course, like we talked about, started off great and has had nothing but bad luck since. This is going to be a good head-to-head race here. These guys, in qualifying practice, there was two of them, were battling lap after lap, trying to set the fastest lap time.
Right now, that fastest lap time is a 46.9 set by our leader, Dungey. Townley's best of 47.2.
And we have number 121 on the blue Yamaha there in Motor World Yamaha. Jesseman, last week's winner, who definitely has a lot more confidence than what he had before, feels that he can go out and win each and every one of these races.
Gerke and Mike Alessi round out the top 5. The thing about this series, Jeff, is that it is, oh, look at this battling going on hard here. It's a 116 working his way up through the field. Morais fighting with Sipes on the 281.
That's actually Justin Sipes, younger brother of Ryan Sipes, rides for Factory Connection Honda. He's out with an injury. But Justin here, first season of lights racing, really put in some strong rides.
Fighting over 7th position. Morais, nice block pass, takes it away.
You know what that is? With that pass, that's points towards the championship. That's what he needs right now. He's running back in 7th with that pass on Sipes.
And back behind Sipes is Justin Brayton, and we really thought Brayton would be a little bit further up than this right now.
Well, it's obvious in that position that he didn't get off the gate as good as what he would have liked. But Ben Strong, he's already picked off Sipes too.
Now, Morais is battling Zach Ing, the rider out of Prospect, Ohio. Had a great heat race. He's got himself into the main. And a third of the way into this one, and he's holding on to 6th, but not for long.
And I tell you, Ralph, Morais right here, 116, being the points leader. There's a sense of urgency that he's tucked back a little further back than what he'd like to be, but he also is going to make sure that he's riding cautious. He doesn't want to make any big mistakes. Keep that points lead, even if he finishes back in the top 5.
Dungey out front. Still holding off Townley. Let's go back to our Progressive Direct hole shot replay.
See, the hole shot's going to come from the 3rd gate in. After the gate flinch for just a second, you see it, the whole field scattered. Some of the pyro going off. That was a textbook start there by Dungey. That's the way to get it done.
To see this and other hole shots from throughout the season, visit holeshotheaven.com.
And I was talking earlier about Morais being the points leader, having to ride cautious when he makes passes on guys, giving them plenty of room, not one to lock bars. Two guys that have to win races to get closer to the points lead. It's the 62 and the 101 here. These guys are going to go for broke. They're all about winning the race tonight.
Ryan Dungey on the Makita Suzuki. Townley on the Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki. Townley looked like he was just going to start tearing things up after winning 2 in a row.
Well, he's won 2 in a row. He's at 3rd in points right now. He's close. A win sure will help if you get that 25 points for the win, 22 and 20 for 2nd and 3rd. But the 62, it's all about winning the race for him. From here on out, he just has to go prove, just like he did in the first race, he's the fastest and then he's the strongest.
Well, we talked about the fact that the heat races have not been a problem for him. Tonight he won his 4th heat race of the season. He is the leader in that category. But he's getting these main event wins locked up.
Both of these young riders, though, just really great personalities. I know we really enjoyed talking to them pre-race, track walk, things like that. These guys have bright futures ahead of them. I'm sure we're going to see some pretty heated battles, not only this year, but next year also.
That's the halfway point here in Indianapolis. Billy Laninovich attacking the whoops. We got to attack a break, but we'll be right back to see if Ryan Dungey can hang on for the win. For the Amp Mobile AMA Supercross Lights East Coast Series inside Indianapolis, Indiana's RCA Dome, and Ryan Dungey continues to lead over Ben Townley. The battle has been a good one. Talking to Ryan earlier today during the track walk, said, you know, I understand that the problems I've had have not been my mistakes. They've just been those weird racing deals. I just got to put it away, not worry about it, go out and do what I do and put together another win. And he's definitely doing a solid job of that right now.
Well, these guys are going to start getting into the lappers right now.
On the 54 is getting a good look at the leaders. Wow, look at the back end swapping side to side on Townley, but he keeps it under control. Let's go back and take a look at some of the problems Darcy Lange has had here tonight.
You see him in here, coming in, cuts to the inside, looks out of the turn, another rider in the way. Able to pick off another spot, though. And right now, he's only sitting in 10th. Not going to be happy with that, but he has to focus on these last 6 laps, give it 100%, get as many championship points as he can.
Well, we thought maybe tonight would be the night for Darcy, too. As you said at the beginning, Jeff, he's so close to picking off a win. Here's the points as we run right now. Morais with a 7-point lead over Townley. Lange 3 more back in 3rd. Now we got to take a look at the second half of the top 6. And Mike Alessi sitting there tied 21 points back. Mike right now running in 5th.
Lange here turning in his last lap was a 48.8. Our leader, Dungey's down to a 46.4. That was actually a full second faster than Ben Townley's last lap, so Dungey is on the gas right now.
Here is Ryan in the red riding gear with 5 laps to go, 2/3 of the way through. Now there's a gap back to Townley.
Townley putting in a pretty good ride here tonight. Sure he'd like to notch a win.
Branden Jesseman on the 121 is in 3rd. There he is in the blue bike, the red and blue riding gear.
Well, right now running in 3rd after the week that he had after that win, flying coast to coast, getting stuck in airports. Said he's running pretty low on sleep. Right now he's got little over 3 laps to go, and he can rest tonight. But he's got to leave it all out here on the track in Indianapolis.
Waiting for this rider, the number 33 of Matt Gerke. At one point this season, he was tied for the points lead, then had some serious problems in Florida, but he's starting to bounce back with a pretty decent run here tonight in 4th. And behind him, the Red Bull KTM rider, the orange and yellowish gear, is Mike Alessi, and he's fighting things out with Ryan Morais in the blue and white riding gear. That's a fight for 5th, Jeff.
Morais here riding up to this. You remember last week, well, this is Jeff Alessi that's battling here, right?
No, that's Mike.
My bad. Mike Alessi last week was absolutely flying. This week, he's back here battling 5th, 6th place. Last week, he came through these guys.
Had 2nd place all locked up till the final quarter just a week ago in the Citrus Bowl. As you heard Aaron talking about earlier tonight, now Alessi kind of falling back a little bit here in the late stages of this one.
See a couple of teammates here.
Yeah, and again, you've got the 116 of Morais and the 33 of Gerke.
Trading some paint there. I'm sure these guys work together in the test tracks with the testing and practicing. And Gerke knows that just a few weeks ago he was tied in points with Morais, but right now it's all about Morais and his points lead for these guys to protect that. So you can see he pulled up out of the way, let him go by.
2 to go. And Brayton has gotten around Alessi as well. So Mike shaking that left hand, maybe a little bit of arm pump.
Could be a night like tonight with some of the ruts and the jumps. You tend to tense up a little bit more, hold on to the handlebars a little bit tighter, hold on to the grips tighter. That pumps up those arms. Brayton, though, having a great ride tonight.
None having a better night than this guy, Ryan Dungey. Final lap. We talked about how wide open this class is, and Dungey showing it again here tonight.
Just a perfect race right now. Just shedding the demons that he's had after that win at the opening round.
The East Coast so different than the West Coast, which was completely dominated by Ryan Villapoto. Of course, everybody, East and West, will match up at the East-West Shootout in Las Vegas, which you will see live here on Speed in May. But here in Indiana, it's Ryan Dungey taking his second victory in 2007. And here's the battle for fifth. Gorky and Brayton, with Brayton out front as he continues to slice his way through the field. Townley and Jesseman cross in second and third, and Alessi making a last-minute pass, trying to gain a few spots back. Morais, Brayton, Alessi, and Gorky cross 5, 6, and 7. But it's Ryan Dungey back on top of the podium on the East Coast Tour. We'll talk to him when we come back to Indy. This crowd just saw Ryan Dungey get his second AMP Mobile AMA Supercross Lights East Coast Series victory of 2007. Here's the results. Townley, Jesseman, Morais, and Brayton round out the top 5. Mike Alessi make a charge at the end, gets himself back to 6th. Well, here's Ryan Dungey with Aaron Bates.
Well, 5 pro races under his belt, and he's already experienced the goods of racing and the bads of racing. But Ryan, you came in with a whole new attitude this weekend, the whole shot to boot. You're on fire right now.
Yeah, I felt on tonight, man. It was a great night, and I just got to thank everybody that's got me here. And man, we couldn't have done it without them. The hard work that we put in, and they just gave me 110%. I just want to give them that. You know, these last 3 weeks have been a little tough, but we're getting through it, and that's the main thing, I think.
Do you consider the championship out of the reach at this point with 2 races left to go?
Yeah, I'm not worried about it. I mean, even if I won all 3, I think they'd do pretty good. I'd be out of it. So, do the best we can.
Great job out there. Congratulations. 2 wins under your belt.
Thank you.
I don't know, as crazy as this thing has been going, anything is possible, but we're going to have a great time when we get to Las Vegas in May, the East-West Shootout for the Lights class. Make sure you join us for that live coverage here on Speed, or we'll see you at the stadium in Vegas. Here's a look at the points, and I'm telling you, as crazy as this deal has been, anything can happen. And Ryan Morais has seen Ben Townley close in on him a little bit.
It most definitely is, but I tell you what, Ben Townley, a very sour look on his face. Ben, you said you were riding tight tonight. Why the reason for riding so tight?
Just in that heat race, you know, I went down and I had to battle back through just to make the main. And out there then, you know, I just didn't really hit my groove at all. Ryan was riding really good, and I just couldn't do it, you know. I tried to come back about the 10th lap, and it was tough, you know. The track was really busy tonight, and I wasn't quite on my game in the final. So,
guys, it's safe to say that this battle is going to come down to the very last round of the East Coast Series.
Sunday on Speed, don't miss the Speed Report. Go beyond the highlights and beyond the stats. Get the why with the Speed Report Sunday night, 7 Eastern, 4 Pacific, only on Speed. Let's head back to Aaron.
2 weeks in a row, he makes it up here on the podium, this time a 3rd place position. But Branden, after the week that you've had, you are absolutely exhausted. Did you surprise yourself by making it up here tonight?
Yeah, I did. You know, I mean, I wasn't able to ride most of the week. Not trying to make excuses, but I was pretty sore. I couldn't put my right leg out for corners because I couldn't raise it up. But, you know, I kind of did what I had to do, which my Motor World Racing Yamaha got me out to a great start. You know, Troy FMF, Michelin tires, they all work together, you know. It's a good combo. And, you know, just trying to do what I could.
Whatever he's doing, it's definitely working for him. Branden Jesseman round off the podium finish.
This light series has been so unpredictable this year, we didn't know who was going to be able to pull off a win tonight.
Well, but Ryan Dungey certainly had a great race of redemption after 3 terrible rounds of East Coast Lights racing, and he had an awesome main event tonight.
For Aaron Bates and Jeff Emig, I'm Ralph Shaheen. So long from the RCA Dome in Indianapolis, Indiana, and congratulations.